Hey team, it is day 90. We are on the last day. Last video you're going to be getting in the 90-day challenge, but wanting to first start by thanking all of you for your support. Every one of your comments, questions, suggestions about videos have helped me get through the 90 days and really supported me along my own personal journey as well to prove the concept of calories, water, sleep with minimal activity, being able to lose weight over those 90 days and have a healthy lifestyle. We'll get into the 6 goals for the last day, but before we do that, I just wanted to say again, thank you so much. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish and get through the 90 days. I know we had some struggles, but it was always nice to have you guys supporting me in comments, individual conversations, and things like that. So thanks again. Let's get into the 6 goals. I didn't get into 212. I ended at 213.2, 2,055 calories, got my water, got my sleep, activity yesterday for 45 minutes, walked with my son, along with a little bit of cardio and a little bit of lifting, but not much, 205 grams of protein. So ended the day pretty well. Now I really want to go through, what that meant from a weight loss perspective. My original goal was to get down to 206. So I was off a little bit here by those 23 pounds. So I only lost 19.6 pounds, actually 26 pounds. I ended up being, 7 pounds shy of my goal. Still averaging about 1.5 per week. I do believe that it is totally possible with this plan to do that. And with increased activity and things, you can do even more. We talked about that in past videos about if you have more weight to lose, what can you do and what different things can you do. But the purpose of this 90 days was to look at calories, water, sleep, staying between a range, upping your water, making sure you're getting enough sleep. Activity, like I said, was always optional. It was normally the first to go. I didn't miss activity much, but mostly walking and light activity, nothing super strenuous along the way, and still able to drop 1.5 pounds a week on average. So I believe the proof of concept was met. Don't know what you think. You can leave the comments below, but let's get into what we averaged, some of the averages. So 1.5 per week was the weight loss, but when you take a look at the calories, the weekly averages, when you take a look, 2,080, 1,926, 1,834, 1,781, all the way down, I averaged 1,993 calories. So roughly right around the 2,000 mark, which is where I wanted to be, but still a little light. When you take a look at where my weight was in week 8, somewhere around here I got to that 215 mark. Well, where did I end? At 213. So throughout this entire rest of this, I only lost, 2 pounds. So obviously there was some learning from what happened, and I will go through and I'll show you guys pictures of me at right in this week 1 here. I'll go the first day of week 1. There'll be a 30-day picture. They got the 60, like day 54. I got day 84, and then I'll of course have pictures from today, 90 days. And we'll be fine with that. Hopefully you guys are okay with it. But you'll just show the progress of my own. And just because, well, without proof of concept, really, from a visual perspective, I would hope you would take my word based on just being able to see my overall appearance as these videos. But I promise you, I will give you the body results. But the one thing I do want to go through is learnings. Like, what did we learn? Did we learn, oh my gosh, I'm pulling out these light colors. So what did we learn? So we did learn that you can go too low on calories. So we saw that with basically what my weekly averages were down here through week 8. I was sitting at 215, feeling pretty good, but when you see those pictures, you'll know what I'm talking about when you look at the picture from that week and then all the way to the end and the 2 pounds. When I did that, macros, went through macros, said I was going to bump up my carbs a little bit. It all plays. So you can go too low on your calories, and that normally will talk to those fad diets, and that'll lead to what we called, fat overshooting after you start eating again. And so we went through what happens to you when your body goes too low. You get cold, could lose your hair, and things of that nature. So the learnings are you can go too low on calories. What else did we learn? We also did learn that sleep does matter. There were plenty of days where I stood up in front of you guys and the scale did show that on days that I slept better, it seemed that I dropped pounds. We know that that was, it was consistent, but you know, there's probably not a ton of proof because I know chronically sleep deprived people that have lost weight over time because they've had a lot of weight to lose. But in my case, I did learn sleep does matter. And I actually am able to burn more the more consistent sleep that I have, and it showed that on different days. And when we went through, if you guys remember the hormones, the human growth hormone and what the lipolysis and things happen when you get into that first and second wave of sleep. So sleep does matter. You know, and I think the last thing when you really think about the learnings is from an activity perspective, activity helps, but can be any. Carrying and moving your body is the main thing that you need. We talked about cardiovascular health. We talked about overall mental health as it relates to just movement and things. You just got to be moving. A sedentary lifestyle is not good for anyone. Even if you are controlling your calories, there still is a cardiovascular component to it. There still is just an overall mental component to it. So over time, moving is good. Now, the activity didn't necessarily matter, right? Okay. So in the end, just move, right? And I think the last one that I would bring up, and I didn't want to do too many learnings with this, is that your goal doesn't have to be a number on the scale. Now, there are some people that may want their goal to be a number on the scale, but there's pant sizes, there's waist sizes. We went through waist to hip ratio. We went through BMI. We went through maybe I wanted to run a mile faster, a lot of different things. The most important part is weighing yourself often. You gain less weight with that. Getting enough sleep, getting enough water. But when you think about the overall goal, my overall goal was 206, and I was shooting for that super fast, and it was an aggressive goal. I said that day one, I said it was super aggressive, and I did learn some things over time that I went too low, and I had to reevaluate and get back into the macros. So I do believe hitting your macros. If you guys remember that, there is something to be said about body composition and macronutrients. And as we move forward, and as I do more videos related to this, we will talk about if you want to go from what I called your set point, or a spot that your body does get comfortable on when you maintain weight long enough, to push through into that if you wanted to get what they call ripped or more lean as it relates to getting your body a little uncomfortable. You have to bump up the activity, be a little tighter on your food, and go from there. So I think overall those were the 4 big ones, but the last one I just wanted to help to reinforce with all of us is live. Live your life. One of the purposes of this was to ensure that you knew that you could eat within your calorie range, do a little portion control. Don't be afraid to eat a piece of pizza. Don't be afraid to eat that cheesecake. It's just in moderation. Over time, when you say calories, when you say water, when you say sleep, and you're ensuring that you're hitting those things. Mine was protein, but if you wanted to do more carbohydrate, we talked about that. Just ensuring that you have a plan, and over time, live your life. And as you track, as you see things, you will learn from it. So live your life, but gain experience from that in these programs, because what'll happen is you will learn how your body is reacting to certain things, okay? And that's all I really wanted all of you that are following to get out of this, is the instant gratification, the trying the fad diets, the expecting 30 pounds in 30 days, the crazy stuff that you've been promised by this health and wellness industry over time, or weight loss industry. I'll just say that because there are some really good health and wellness folks out there. But what you've been promised and how it's been clouded with the scammers and the people that want to make money super fast and the promises that have been broken. This stuff is not easy. This stuff is hard. It is a life change. It is a lifestyle change and a lifestyle adjustment. It takes work and it takes time. And like I said, if you got 50 pounds to lose, plan a year. A lot of people don't like to hear that. But the biggest thing you want to watch out for is you don't want to be in the exact same place you are today 1 year from now. 1% changes and small adjustments make all the difference, and they compound to big changes over time. So that's basically what I had for you. I just wanted to go through my pictures now. Now, as you can see with the pictures, when you take a look at my first day holding the paper to the second day, to the third picture, to the fourth picture, the difference between the first day and day 84 and day 90, hopefully you can see a ton of difference. And I just want to say that I didn't realize where I was at for day one. And I didn't see that much change. I didn't think I was doing very well at all. I knew the pounds were coming off, but we're so hard on ourselves that I still wanted to lose more. Like, oh, I got this here, I got to lose this here. But when you take a look at my day 1 and day 90 pictures, it works. It definitely made a difference. Some of my foods, I never gave up my heavy whipping cream in my coffee. I ate chips. I ate cookies here and there. I can take you through my whole meal list that I have inside of my fat tracker app. And you will see that I still ate normally like I do. It was just decreased calories and ensuring that I got my protein in. And that was my main things I was going to do. So hopefully you guys will agree with me that from my results alone, I believe there's proof of concept, but I'm also working with some others that have seen results already. And over time, if this is something for you, I hope you can continue to follow it. Reach out to me with questions. You can always set up a call with me one-on-one for a free consultation on how this works and see if you and me would be a match to become a coaching client, and we can go from there. So with that, thank you so much for your support. And I don't know if I'm going to need this, so I'm just going to say I look forward to the next time we meet, and we'll go from there. Thanks again.